G'day. Selling is an age-old art, and to be better at selling than your competitors and a number of your colleagues doesn't take that much. I'm David Seymour. This is the nitty-gritty of selling, and I've got a few tips for you on how to be better than the other 90%. That's right. It's not that hard to be in the real top 10% of sales. And if you're in real estate, this really applies to you. The thing about it is that most people are absolutely capable of doing a few of these things that will set them apart from their colleagues in the opposition, but most people do it maybe for a few months and then go back to their old ways. What is required is consistent commitment. So let's take a quick scoot around and see what I'm talking about. I'm only just touching very lightly on these subjects, but first of all, there's prospecting. You need to prospect consistently to have consistent business. There's no ifs, buts or maybes with that. But here is an absolute golden nugget for you. And whether you're in real estate or any other business, you can apply this. You sell a property to somebody. Boom. You ever think about this? If you sold 15 properties in 2018 and 15 properties in 2019, that's 30 people that you've sold to, right? How many of those people have you actually been back in contact with on a regular basis? And I'm not talking about sending them a Christmas card or a calendar once a year. I'm talking about building a lifelong relationship. So be honest with yourself. And it doesn't matter how you felt doing business with some of these people. The thing is if you build a relationship, that relationship will grow stronger. But I'm telling you this, and I know from experience that there are agents out there who have sold good properties, expensive properties, taken the commission, and have never ever been back in contact with that purchaser. Those people are your future business. So you don't actually have to prospect so hard as your business career grows and goes on for years on end. So you imagine if you're selling, as I said, 15, 20 properties, maybe over a 5-year period, that's a whole lot of business that you've got to take action with. So, what is the golden nugget that I was talking about? Let's get on with that. You've got all these clients that you've sold houses to. You've got some good clients that you've had good discussions with over a period of time who may or may not have even bought a house yet, or they may have even bought through somebody else. But here is the golden nuggets. Get your pen ready. Regular contact. And I mean create an informative, constructive newsletter that you can email or post to your VIP clients. That newsletter needs to have information a little bit about what you've been up to as a person, not necessarily in real estate, but have you had a good experience at a local restaurant or enjoyed a movie or something along those lines, had a weekend away with the family, something along those lines. That's part of the newsletter. Second part of the newsletter is, what have you been up to as far as sales and listings and so forth? And the next part of the newsletter is the market update as to what's happening in the district. Maybe, and you use a regular formula, like I always used to put in section sales, houses between this price bracket and this price bracket, there were so many sales, and there were so many sales over $1 million. So people tracked what was happening in the market. The second thing is anniversary cards. So the anniversary date of the purchase or the settlement of their house, send them a card, a thank you card, or just a straight anniversary card, or a congratulations card, call it what you want, but a handwritten note saying, hey, well, I hope you're still enjoying the great home, and everything's going well. You come up with a little phrase that you're happy with and sign it. But the next part of it is to also do some regular phone calls. Hi, Mr. Client, how are you today? Just catching up with you to see if there's anything I can help you with, or just see how you're going. Have you done any alterations to the house? You come up with a few little phrases like that. But the other real golden part of this nugget is the idea of doing an annual appraisal for them, just so that they can see where their house is tracking. Now, you can do that, and if you call around and have a visit with them once now and again, you'll know whether they've done some improvements and whether the value of the house has increased because of those improvements. But if you give it to them in writing, it just creates a little bit more respect and a little bit more trust. And so in due course, when they are ready to sell, guess who they're probably highly likely to ring? Rather than being one of those agents and going, oh, how come I didn't get that listing? You go, I got the repeat business. And you imagine what happens over a period of time. But here's the other part of this golden nugget today. If you were dealing with some buyers who ended up buying through a different agency, a different agent, and they've got a house, you know where they are, you've got their addresses because I've told you that they've purchased somewhere else. Well, I'll tell you what, why don't you do the same for them? Congratulations on the anniversary of your purchase of your home. Here's an up-to-date appraisal. Call round and visit them and say g'day. It only has to be a fleeting visit, 5 minutes when you're driving past, 10 on the outside, 20 if you're going to have a cup of coffee with them or something. But guess what? You're going to probably be doing that more so than the agent that actually sold them the house, because they are part of the 90% that's too fucking lazy to stay in touch, and they do the old Groundhog Day by keep phoning up new people. Why not work with the ones that you've already done business with? That's the key. And over a period of time, as I said before, after 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, that business is just going to come rolling in because you are the front of mind for these people. So don't be one of those agents who goes, oh, that was a little bit tough. I don't know if I want to deal with that client again because, well, they were a bit grumpy with me. Be the bigger person. Be the professional. Build a relationship. As I've said, I've known agents who have sold properties and never done any follow-up, follow-up contact whatsoever, and then they wonder why they don't get the listing. By sending one calendar a year or one Christmas card a year does not entitle you to even be considered for the job, so to speak. That is the key part of this. So it's a regular contact. In my last year of selling real estate, 2017, I did 9 months of selling, or actually 8.5 months of selling, and because I retired out of the industry because of my illness at the beginning of September 2017. In that period of time, from beginning of January through to September, I did 32 sales. Now get this, 28 of those sales were repeat or referral business. I'll say that again. Out of 32 sales, 28 of them were repeat or referral business. Now you imagine if you go on to the 9th year, 10th year, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14 years, and you're hardly actually having to do cold prospecting because your newsletters, your anniversary cards, your phone calls, your face-to-face with people, your regular updates on their property values are just going to generate business. Why wouldn't you do this? Why wouldn't you set yourself up for just about a ongoing, reoccurring income without the brain drain of cold calling and solid prospecting that you have to do in the first 2 or 3, 4 years of your career. Why wouldn't you do it? Okay, answer that one. If you do that, you will be better than the other 90%. You'll be in the top 10%. You might even be in the top 5% if you mastered doing that. Monthly newsletter, anniversary notices, regular contact, as in 2, 3, maybe even 4, just quick phone calls a year or a couple of personal visits, and a no obligation, up-to-date appraisal on their property just so they know where it sits in the market. Boom. Business. Too easy. Okay, next thing. If you're working in an office where you've had sales staff who have not obviously done these things, have not stayed in touch, and have quit because they can't handle the jandle, and there's a few of those out there, every year we see people come and we see people go, the office will still have the details of the people that they did sell to. So why not go and approach those people, get that and ask for that information from your office, and go and approach those people, make yourself known, and then take over that process of just saying, hey, congratulations, you've been in your home now for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, whatever it may be. Here is an idea of what the current value is for your interest. That is money for jam. Those are a few of the basic things that you can do as a salesperson, and it doesn't matter if you're in real estate, maybe you're in the automotive industry, maybe you sell caravans, maybe you sell widgets, it doesn't matter. But why wouldn't you build that database so you just get that repeat business? It's just too simple. But the 90% or more don't do it because they're too lazy. So which are you going to be? I'm David Seymour. That's the nitty-gritty of selling.